What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Don Julio, giving that fire content once again. I'm with my boy Milan today, and it's a very sad turn of events that's been happening in these past couple of days. We have surviving Cardi B. We have other situations going on, but the biggest one is the Nipsey Hussle. Rest in peace. Do you want to speak on anything about that, brother?
Well, man, when I first got the news, I was really devastated. I only got recently introduced to his music as of late, but I did know about his business endeavors and all that stuff through another friend of mine, so it really hit.
I mean, I had no idea how much of the impact he had on just, like, regular people. Like, I mean, I want to say regular people, but I saw Steph Curry posted him.
Yeah.
I saw just, like, a bunch of people reposted him. You know, are you familiar with his wife, Laura London?
Not that much familiar with her, no.
Yeah, I went a little bit to her social media and everything, and she just did, like, or GQ just released it. There was, like, a couple thing where it's like, oh, you answer, like, 20 questions with, like, you know, your couple, other and everything, and it was kind of sad because they were talking about, like, oh, like, what is our kid so-and-so, like, you know, like to do the most. So I'm like, oh, damn, this guy just had some kids. And it's just the way he died, too. It just shows you, like, how no one's safe. You know what I mean?
No, because what I really took from his death is because, you know, he grew up in the hood. He grew up in, like, you know, that type of environment. He blew up through his hard work and putting himself out there, promoting his business, all that. And he went back to the hood. He created jobs. He's done all this positive stuff for the community just to get killed by that same community he does all the work for, you know?
Yeah.
So that's what really hurt.
It just always feels like people who try to do the, you know, good things or, like, try to improve society in some shape or form are always the ones that are targeted in these murders. Did you even see, I saw this on Instagram TV, this, there was a visual and that somebody was shooting it up or whatever, or there was some shots fired. I don't know if you saw that footage.
Yeah, I saw that footage because, I follow up with the case on Instagram, and they said how it happened was, you know, he was at his store, and a person that he knew came up and was upset and just shot him in the head and four to the body and ran off.
Do you think it was the head first and then the four to the body? Or you think
and then the other 4 shots, the dude had came back to shoot him.
It seems so excessive, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, a headshot's all you need.
Exactly.
You know what I mean, it's unfortunate. And, you know, it brings me back to the XXX and Tentacion situation and everything, which, you know, I never really wanted to have to reflect on again.
Right.
And then you can even go back to the Mac Miller. We can even go as far as Lil Peep.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just, I'm not sure how rap going forward is going to be, like, perceived. I know people are, like, really fucking with it still, but, like, it just feels like all of them are getting taken down. You know what I mean? The higher you get, the more hard your fall is going to be.
It really does seem that way. It's just really hard to grasp, you know? It's like you get to that point in life, you get to that certain tax bracket, and
you, like, switch up. You know, you might give up on your community. You might just, you might not even be murder. It might just be, you know, jail time. It might just be, cases.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just sad. You see, we can even go to Y&W Melly. You know what I mean? I mean, say what you want about him, you know, whether he did it or not. It's just someone with just immense amount of talent or just, you know, potential. Just once again, just being taken from his, you know, his shine.
Exactly.
I mean, you know, and that's, you know, his case is still going, so I'm not gonna, you know, speak on it if he did that or didn't. Right. But, you know, whether you liked him or not, his music is still on the charts. You know, top 50 Billboard.
It still is.
You know what I mean?
And Nipsey Hussle stuff.
Nipsey Hussle's just blowing up. But at the same time, we still got Lil Nas X still on the top. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Kind of crazy.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
time.
funny, when I first heard that song, that I thought, man, like, really country now is on our top thing? I didn't even know it was like a black dude slash rapper. So, I mean, it's funny because I didn't even perceive it as something like that was closer to our culture, closer to, like, rap. And then when I heard the story about the whole him being taken off the country Billboard charts, I'm like, wow. I mean, obviously, anyone with eyes can see that has something to do with race or what's that when you classism?
Classism.
You know what I mean? Exactly, because the same thing that happened to Beyonce when she had her country song.
Oh yeah.
You know, Taylor Swift, she can get a country song off a pop song any day.
Yeah.
But as soon as it's a rapper named Lil Nas X, you know, it'd be different if he was never on the country billboards.
Right.
But once you're on there and you get taken off, I mean, it's just one of those things. It's like, wow, you just can't give us any, like, shine. You know what I mean?
Especially when it comes to that specific genre, no, you just can't.
Just like, it's unfortunate because I feel like that's like the first country song I mean, I call it a country song,
right?
That I've genuinely like wanted to listen to and like put on repeat,
right?
And which is kind of upsetting because it was like getting me to like country, and now I don't like country again because they don't want me to like country. You know what I mean? That's the one thing I feel like white people felt was theirs. You know what I mean?
Right.
To an extent. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, there's black country singers, obviously.
Of course,
but I mean, it's like, oh, we're letting the one black dude be in our country group. You know what I mean? It's not like, oh, we really think this guy's, you know, one of us.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Like with all, you know, music genres, it shouldn't just like, you know, be specific to one race. I feel like music should be shared amongst like all, because music, as I feel, is a universal language.
Exactly. And we can even like, I mean, I don't want to like demonize white people or something like that, because we have some, you know, problems with being accepting of like white people being rap, for example. You know what I mean? We feel like, oh, white boy can't rap, or you know, we're kind of a little bit better with it now, obviously. Yeah. But I mean, there's still the stigma. I mean, there was like a trend where we didn't want white people wearing dreads or rocking dreads. No. I mean, I saw a bunch of videos where it's like, oh, really, dreads? I mean, it's not your culture. Even like when that white girl wore an Asian dress to prom or something. I don't know if you remember that. People were going ballistic over that shit. I'm like, really?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, I feel like people are so selectively hate things so selectively.
Yeah.
Compared to like what really pisses them off or like ticks them off.
Yeah, I agree. Honestly, yeah, they go the whole cultural appropriation route when honestly shouldn't even be that deep.
Exactly. Yeah. It's unfortunate, but I mean, it's the world we live in. We live in a race, classism world, and now.
Yeah.
But the only difference now is that people are getting like put on a spotlight when they like are racist or like.
Oh yeah.
You know, their true colors are being shown, jobs are being lost, and everything.
Yeah, social media is quite a thing. Like
it's a double-edged sword.
Yeah, gotta really watch what you say, because like once you post it on the internet, it stays on the internet.
It's kind of funny because like even like me, like sometimes I like to put a bold comment,
right? That
might be like a little bit sexist or maybe, or you know, I don't want to say racist, but you know, I like to throw some of those dark hardballs in there,
right?
To think that like maybe I could have like such a great career in the next 10 years,
yeah,
and then something I did like right now or like a year ago could like completely destroy my job. It's just kind of like crazy to think.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's like you know, because there's certain jobs out there that actually, you know, check your social media, and if you said something 10, 15, 20 years ago that doesn't align with, you know, their mission or whatnot, they will not hire you or they'll fire you, whatever. So like what you say, it really doesn't matter.
Exactly.
Like no matter what point in time you say it, and it's crazy.
Yeah. And sometimes people just don't know when to shut up too. It's like R. Kelly should have never done that interview. No. You know what I mean? Should never showed him safe. Like Kevin Spacey, he's doing a little bit better, but he showed himself in the light a little bit. Louis C.K. showed himself in the light a little bit, and now it's time. It's over.
Oh yeah,
it's over. You know what I mean? Some people just don't know when it's over.
Right.
You know what I mean? I was gonna lead into a point. Oh yeah, I was saying like back to the like we're talking about like this could like ruin careers. We were saying like the racism and classism and stuff, kind of like stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah, and like it brought me to this interview I did with this guy named Big Tazo. He had this do you know who JT is?
No.
Bigga or whatever. He's like this rapper or whatever around.
Mm-hmm.
He had some beef with him where JT had like 50,000 followers or whatever.
Yeah.
And Big Tazo has like 600 something followers.
Yeah.
So like JT was talking shit where he was like, "Oh, this guy's a pedophile. He's a snitch, and he's I think he said he might be gay too. You know, what I mean, this is his words.
Right.
Fucking so he was telling me that because he keeps kind of speaking on it now more, and his clout is so large. His words taking over his. Yeah. He even called me the other day, said he lost his job because he heard about the whole thing going on and everything. And yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like how things like that actually can affect it. And like we put his video on Bay Area Compass in like 2-3 days. It's like 3,000 views and shit. So like people are actually like, listening to him and shit. Like,
oh yeah.
And we want to get the other guy's perspective and everything, but he's kind of like crazy. But at the same time, he has more clout. You might not want to give the other dude more clout.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So
yeah, as they put it, like clout chasing, like give him attention, like
because it's a beef. Because he showed me some footage, and like he I guess he slapped him or some shit. And,
yeah, because I don't know nothing about that, so this is all.
Yeah, you can check the video out.
Yeah, I'll check
later.
The video out.
Everything later. But yeah, we kind of got off track and everything too. But
yeah.
What we were talking about? Oh yeah, back to the Nipsey Hussle, man.
I think the one. I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, go. You're
but good. The one biggest thing that I do like, if I can draw anything positive from it, is all the support that is drawn from the whole Nipsey Hussle case, because I know a ton of athletes have come out to support like their loss. A ton of artists have come out. Like I recently watched the game on Instagram. He was very, very emotional about his death.
You know, when the game gets emotional, then you know that shit's serious.
You know it's very, very serious, because only certain things will make him really emotional.
Yeah, exactly.
And like, I can't even tell you how many NBA stars. Can't tell you.
Yeah, I had no idea how much he was like in like the basketball scene.
Yeah,
I see people reposting him left and right, and I mean, obviously, I see a bunch of rappers doing it, like the OGs and everything too. And it's crazy because, like, I mean, I've seen Nipsey Hussle. I mean, he has that. That's the cool thing about him. He had that kind of clout where you might not even like know what he does or what he did, but you heard the name, like, oh yeah, I feel like I heard that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like a universal respect, because we all know the positivity he's done.
Exactly. You hear Nipsey Hussle, you hear like a great rapper, you hear like good vibes, good energy,
like nothing but good. Like he's only done good for the people. Like only done good. That's why it's such a shame. That's why it's such a tragedy. Like anytime we have somebody that's that level, we ended up like losing them.
Exactly. And we just like, you know, it's like it's sad because like these things happen and then where's the change? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kind of just go back into our 9-to-5s and back to our regular things. But and the same thing is like, what can you do?
Right.
I mean, we can obviously make some slight changes maybe to our everyday life, like not support this, not follow this,
right.
You know, close your ears to this, speak on this. But I mean, there's still always going to be those people who are going to like be doing the opposite to like bring it down. So there's no perfect way to do it. You can only get better. So,
right.
I mean, just finding the way to get better is the hard part.
Yeah.
Everything. Tough, man. Rest in peace, Nipsey, man.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be bumping his stuff probably all today and everything, man.
Yeah, it's crazy. The first album I got introduced was his Victory Lap.
Damn.
And that got nominated.
Yeah.
And I was bumping that.
Did he ever win a Grammy?
I don't think he won a Grammy.
Damn. Did he make it?
He was nominated for a Grammy for that Victory Lap, but he didn't win it. But
yeah. Unfortunate, man.
Yeah. And every track on there just like soul felt.
And it sucks because we're so slim with rappers like him now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We didn't need
the whole new wave is just kind of taking over.
Yeah.
I mean, like, and I feel like you could see because like all these OGs are trying to get all the young rappers to get on their tracks to get these streams.
Right.
Like, what you think Kanye wanted to go to Lil Pump because he liked his like overall style? That might be partially true, but at the same time, you know, he wanted Lil Pump because Lil Pump brings in views.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You think people want Blueface because they love his cadence?
No, man. I feel like.
How many Tatiana remixes have we heard?
It's about 5 or 6, and probably more. You know.
Yeah.
And that gets into a whole nother point. I know we're segueing off of.
We can. Yeah.
But this turns into a whole like a popularity contest when it comes to music. It's not about like
the expression
the skill and the talent and the expression or the storytelling. It's more like how many views can you get. Exactly. I think of the whole.
What's the most controversial thing I can do?
Exactly. You know, attention, because I know, you know, like Bad Bobby, like she got signed because, you know, she blew up from the Dr. Phil thing. And
exactly. Yeah.
She got signed with Atlantic, and now she's thriving music career off of that. Yeah. Like
her music isn't. I mean, her sound isn't bad.
Right.
You can hear it, and you don't like want to like kill yourself.
Right. But it's just like the whole notion, like, if you can get that attention, if you can get that crowd, that audience, you can get signed.
That's all it is. That's all it is. Like you can't even go like, I know this is going. It's like YouTube territory. But we're going to like let's go like the Jake Paul, Logan Paul. You know what I mean? Like, they drop stuff that's like the most trash, like douchebaggy type like material ever. But because they have such a niche audience where they average so and so on each video, no matter what they put out. Companies want them to, you know, sponsor their products. They want them to, you know, put these things out there. YouTube wants them to maintain this because people don't like to understand. People think that you just get an audience and that's it, but it's a certain audience people get. You know what I mean?
Right.
This demographic is like, it's hard to get a kids. Mm-hmm. It's people like, oh, how the fuck do we get kids to buy our shit? It's easier to get like adults, women, you know, men, because you kind of have a closer mindset to like what they want.
Right.
But when it's like to get the kids, and when you can get the kids and like the parents, it's a wrap. You know what I mean? That's why family movies and like family things make the most money, because that's everybody. You know, parents pay for most things too.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's why Drake is such like a great transcending like artist. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, Drake. He definitely knows how to draw a crowd. I mean, the entire crowd.
No, he knows everyone likes Drake.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And props to Drizzy, like, for what he does. Like, He does amazing work.
It's tough.
Oh yeah,
it's tough. You know, he has ghostwriters and everyone has help. You know what I mean? I hate people acting like everyone does an album on their own. Especially now, I feel like he was just the one that was like put on a pedestal for ghostwriting. Motherfuckers been having ghostwriters forever.
Since the dawn of time.
You know what I mean? I think Drake's one of the least amount of people who uses the ghostwriter or whatever.
And Drake has ghost written for other people.
Yeah, exactly.
People forget that. Like he writes his own stuff every now and then. So,
whether people write or not, you can't have a writer, write for you your stories.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
They might give you some cadence, but that still really happened to you, or that these things might really be true.
Right.
So I mean, I just hate like some of these rappers, like we'll go back to Bad Baby, has these writers about things that she probably doesn't even do.
Right.
You know what I mean? Back to some of these other younger rappers, I'm a murderer, I'm a killer. They probably never murdered, never killed. You know what I mean? And plus, people they glorify jail and they glorify that type of lifestyle until you're actually there, and then they leave you out to the dead, leave you out to the wolves and stuff.
I mean, that just brings me to the point where you could go to jail for doing X, Y, and Z, and you come out and you could just be a rapper.
Exactly.
Reminds me of what's that Instagram? Wide Neck.
Wide Neck,
yeah.
When he comes out
from his mugshot,
exactly.
And then he came out, and it just so happened I knew he was gonna blow up.
It's funny because I followed him when he had 200K.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, a month later, the nigga had 1.4 or something. I don't remember.
And the crazy thing is, I knew he was going to blow up
Long Neck
because of Long Neck.
I was thinking dude, these guys need to combine. Yeah. I didn't know if they actually were going to do it. Yeah. I was like, dude, that'd be the perfect connection because Long Neck was already out before Wide Neck.
Yeah.
But the mug check was coming. I felt like because Supreme Patty, he kind of knows. He knows how it works, so he managed them or has his team with them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it was the perfect combination that would have had a lot of momentum had he not got locked up again.
Exactly. But I feel like
because when they added it,
helped him.
Yeah, but he's locked up again right now, so it's now
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's been locked up for a little bit now. Yeah, a
couple months. I haven't seen him.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, he could. The thing is, he's not a rapper, so he's gonna comes out. It's not like he's gonna drop anything. It's gonna be like, okay, is the meme still?
I mean, he was doing shows.
He was doing shows, but I mean,
it wasn't.
It was like that parody meme rap show.
True.
I mean, with Long Neck and everything, and it wasn't good.
That is true.
He collabed with that girl KKVSH. I wonder how long she's gonna keep her clout.
Oh yeah.
I mean, but she has nice ass. She has ass, so ass can take you far away, a long way.
Take you all the way.
It can take you all the way. You know what I mean? But it's not the best. I mean, I've seen better.
True.
The tongue is obviously her thing.
Oh yeah, that's her trademark right there.
How long can we care about the tongue? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I'm kind of getting over the tongue now.
No, that's all good, man.
You know what I mean? Do you follow her?
No. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. I mean, she was badder at first.
Oh yeah, I agree.
I feel like the more you start to see it, girl, the more you start to see how their badness starts to fade.
Yeah.
Same with Kim Kardashian. I find her. I mean, obviously, I find her attractive, and I still think I would still hit, obviously. But
yeah, I mean,
she's old, fake.
I think I've never really had a crush on Kim per se. Not even Kylie. I think I liked. Was it Courtney?
Yeah,
it was Courtney
one of the other. Courtney was definitely one of the hotter ones. And then you can go to the Jenners, because that's when they started getting cloud, started getting filled. That's when you could start okay, Kendall, Kylie.
Yeah.
My order is Kim, Kendall, Courtney, Kylie, Chloe.
Okay.
Would you agree? Switch one or two?
Man, I probably wouldn't have Kim at the top. I probably would have Courtney and Courtney and Kendall. I feel like those are the more low key out of the bunch, and then the rest of them,
Plus, the rest. I see you put a little bit of personality in there.
Yeah, because I'm more of a. I mean, I like looks, of course, but I'm more of a relaxed.
Yeah, would I want to spend a long time with this person?
Exactly.
I mean, Kendall's kind of a bitch, though. I mean, that's the vibe. That's the vibe I get from her.
Right.
They're all kind of bitches. So.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Ben Simmons is tapping that.
Oh, of course he is. He's having the time of his life.
Yeah.
He went
slam dunking that pussy.
Oh yeah, he went from what's her name? She used to be really big. You know what I'm talking about? The light skinned honey.
Yeah, Tinashe. Yeah, I'm telling you, bro.
Tinashe, I'm like, oh
Tinashe
man.
was bad.
Oh, she had a thriving career too. Like her music was bumping, and I forgot what happened.
He dropped her. He just dropped her like nothing. Went straight to Kendall.
Oh yeah.
Kind of shady the way he did her. He was like, damn, nigga. I mean, don't want to go for the BMW or don't want to go for the Lamb. I mean, BMW's a nice car, but I mean, the Lamb got sport.
Got them suicide doors.
Exactly. I mean, those suicide doors, man. Sorry to not shade, but Kendall has a billion. She's with a billionaire family.
She got more money. Like shit, I'd be set just dating her.
Your pussy was all right to not shade, but Kendall.
That's rich pussy right there.
That's rich pussy. You ain't had no rich sex.
Yeah. He's like, I'm gonna try to up my tax bracket.
You like C class now, right? Yeah. My career's coming up, bro. I gotta make some. Wouldn't it be funny though if he dropped Kendall and all of a sudden he got like a great jump shot? All of a sudden this nigga shooting like wow, he's making threes.
That's like curse right there. He start hitting threes.
It'd be funny like if you were able to get rid of the Kardashian curse and then increase your game, because James Harden used to date Khloe.
He did.
Now he might be a 2-time MVP.
And look at him.
You know what I mean?
How many 60-point games?
Exactly. But now look at Reggie Bush. You know what I mean? He used to date Khloe,
Yeah. She didn't turn out for him.
Chris Humphries.
Lamar Odom.
I'm sure we can go on. I'm sure we're forgetting someone. Tiger?
Hey, he came back though.
He came back slowly but surely.
He sure in the hell came back. Like I was surprised. Like I thought
I thought it was over. I felt bad for him a little bit, but no, honestly, I think it's better for him not to be in that.
It's a lot better.
But at the same time, you think he still has his son King with Black China, who has a son with, or has a daughter with, Rob Dream. So he still is connected in some way. He can't get away.
Oh, never. No,
can't get away.
Nah. Never can get away with that.
Can you imagine, dude? Like having like your woman fuck the dude's sister that you were kind of with, and have a kid with that person.
I think he's the father and the uncle of his own kid at the same time.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Like step uncle. It's like
didn't even think that was possible.
God, Black China. Like God, should he be more of like a bad person? I don't want to say terrible, because not everyone's terrible, but I mean,
right.
God, then YMB Almighty J, and then wasn't she with who's that dude with the pink hair? Kid Boo.
She was
with Kid Boo
right now. Yeah.
Still?
Actually, I haven't followed up.
I think they might have ended that or something, bro. But it's just she's just addicted to clout. She's one of those women who's addicted to clout and just doesn't know how to just live a normal lifestyle. But we don't know that lifestyle, man. If I was making money like that, who knows what kind of person I'd be?
Honestly, I don't know either.
I mean, it's got to change in some way.
Exactly.
We're normal people.
Yeah, everyday folk, but you hit that type of tax bracket, it's like, who knows how you'll think, what the things you'll be doing. So
if I had like millions of dollars continually rising, constantly, to a point where everything I spend is just not even like a thought in my head, to the point where like I can just buy anything I want, like that's gotta make you feel some type of narcissism.
Yeah, just imagine having so much money you just can't spend.
Not to mention like money plus fame.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you can have a lot of money and no one knows who the fuck you are.
True.
You know what I mean?
True.
But if you have a lot of money and everyone knows who the fuck you are, that's a combination that's like a little bit tough to like work with.
Yeah.
Then people want your money, like you can't go to certain places. Like LeBron James can't just go anywhere.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
No. Hell no.
God, imagine like having someone obviously like always come up to you, or like think about coming up to you and being like, hey, can I get a picture? Hey, can I get a picture? Can I get a picture? Or like recording you from far away. You know what I mean? Like, God, I personally would like want to see what the fame is like, or kind of at least be known. I don't have to be like crazy famous, but
right,
maybe the occasional guy would be like, oh my God, you're so and so from so and so. That'd be kind of cool to have.
Yeah.
But if I have to be bombarded by people constantly, it probably just look at Justin Bieber, dude. He just hates having to deal with it. It's scary.
Like it's crazy. Like people, like on TMZ when they try to interview and like the celebrities backlash or whatnot. Sometimes I don't blame them. It's like shit. Yeah. Sometimes I just want to go eat at a restaurant and then just go home. I don't want hordes and hordes of people. I mean, of course, I don't mind doing autographs, stuff like that. Yeah. But I'm just trying.
There's a time and place for everything, though.
Yeah, because like,
especially if you see them with like kids, or, like their family and everything.
Exactly.
I mean, I'm sure they don't like always want to like deal with that.
Right. They just trying to live like everybody else. They just people
like to like put celebrity and like that's like some like other being, like, oh, it's a celebrity, he's like a god almost. People treat him like gods sometimes.
Oh yeah, they do.
Yeah, but you don't think that, okay, he's a celebrity, but he has the same rights I do, or he's equal to me.
They eat, sleep just like everybody else. It's just that they they have a skill or whatever, and they live a different life.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Crazy. Once again, rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle.
Rest in peace, Nip.
All right, that was awesome. Yeah, dude.